AI play, the stocks have been hit really hard. I mean, Salesforce comes out with their earnings, disaster. ServiceNow, disaster. Mongo, not good. Snowflake, not good. Yep. What's the story? You're in Snowflake. What's the story?
I mean, listen, I think the number one question on Twitter that I've seen over the course of the last couple of weeks is software dead? Right? I mean, we have the Databricks conference going on in San Francisco right now. They announced a deal last week, over $1 billion.
$2 billion, right? And you're Tabular, which you're an early investor in,
exactly. Right? So us and Andreessen, investors in Tabular, I think the Wall Street Journal reported they bought it for $1 billion to $2 billion. The fact of the matter is we got this tension in the world, right? How can that be true? How can you be buying a company like that and software be dead? But let me walk you through the perfect storm for software. Number one, growth rates are decelerating. Why are growth rates decelerating? I think it's because if you're a CEO, if you're a CTO, you're looking at AI and you're saying, hey, slow down a little bit. We got to get this right. Right? So I don't want to make a big commitment to something until I know that it is future-proof for AI. Number two, interest rates are higher than we expected them to be at the start of the year. And you and I both know multiples in software are the inverse of interest rates. And number three is just more uncertainty about the future, right? And the second you have more uncertainty about the future, it could be higher, it could be lower, but that uncertainty causes multiples to compress. And so what I would tell you is, the smart money today, I think, what we hear people calling us is buying software. I noticed just on Friday that Mike Spicer, one of the board members at Snowflake, it was reported yesterday, right, bought $10 million worth of Snowflake. So if I just look at the number of the calls that we're getting, if I look at our own behavior, I think we're probably getting close to the bottom in software. We expect it to inflect higher in terms of growth rates as we get toward the end of this year and into the beginning of next year. Remember, we're trading 20% below the 10-year average multiple for software, if you look as a multiple of either free cash flow or revenue. And so I think this is a good time to go hunting in software.
Shan, what do you think? You agree with that? Good time to go hunting in software?
I think the challenge with software, and you're seeing is in terms of trying to figure out which companies are going to be able to accrete value from AI, sooner than sort of the 2 to 3 year time horizon that many of them are looking at. And so I think I agree with Brad. I think the important thing is to sort of differentiate, if you will, what is going to occur with AI with sort of, is there something here from an enterprise perspective where you have to bifurcate from a C-suite perspective, how much you're going to devote to AI, when that needs to be accretive to your business, when you need to be able to monetize that, and are there other things that are concurrent or parallel to that you're going to continue to spend money on? So, I mean, I don't think we have any clear indication that in aggregate enterprise spending is likely to go significantly lower over the next 5 years. It's just that mix. And so I think while there's no easy button, we talked about NVIDIA being sort of the substrate, I love that term, Brad, for AI at this point, there isn't an easy button necessarily in software. And so I think right now you have to really balance your software basket if you're looking to buy here with some companies that can deliver and monetize value closer to like the shorter end of that 2 to 3 years from a software perspective, but also be able to think about what enterprise spending is going to continue to exist. And I think that anything that creates greater efficiency is really, and security, those are two areas that are going to continue to be important for spend.
I'd like quick thoughts from both Josh and Steve. And quick, Josh, you first.
I think that you want to be really specific in software right now, unfortunately, and I think cyber is still probably the best hunting ground.
Yeah, of course. CrowdStrike, I should have figured, given what that stock's been doing. Weiss, what about you?
I agree completely with everything Brad said. I mean, software is, the thing about software is that you can innovate on top of the software you bought, so it's not like a typical product cycle that you don't want to get in front of with hardware. So, yeah, I think it's time to shop.
Let me just say this, Scott. Databases, think about Oracle, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Snowflake, Databricks, Tabular, all about data, and data is the essential ingredient in order for AI to work. In fact, I was at Apple yesterday. They have AI